Hi, Jim Benson here from Personal Kanban and Modus Institute, and I have a story for you this morning. About 5 years ago, we were working with a customer, and they were a very established software company, and they had a couple of products, one of which was about 25 years old. And they took us to show us their Kanban. We were doing a boardwalk and seeing their Kanban. And there was a very nice doing column and a very nice done column, and they both had some stuff in it. And then there was their ready column or their options column, which was huge. It was this huge, huge wall filled floor to ceiling with Post-it notes, and almost every single one of them was orange. Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of orange Post-it notes, and a couple of yellow ones. So we said, well, what are the yellow ones? And they said, oh, those are features. So after getting over the shock that they would have that many bugs, we said, are the orange ones bugs? And they said, oh yes. But they were a 25-year-old software package, so they were mostly updating to match new systems. So that was okay. But nonetheless, when you have an options column and it looks like this, where you have this large, undifferentiated sea of the same color, of the same look, of the same feel, that completely negates the visual nature of the Kanban. We want to be able to look at it, we want to be able to see patterns in it, because that's what our brains do best. Our brains see patterns in things. So there is no pattern in this, right? Or in this. This is a bunch of green stuff that we did. So when we look, now we'll have to actually read each of these Post-it notes to get any information about what's really happening. And that's as opposed, to something like this. I mean, luckily, the nice people in Minnesota were kind enough to make us Post-it notes in different colors. And just by looking at this, and all of the online tools also have the ability to insert color into the ticket so that we can see these things. So luckily, we can now see a lot more information, even though this is abstract. I mean, this Kanban doesn't necessarily mean anything right now. But we can see, just by walking up to it, that a lot of blue stuff has been done, some green stuff has been started, and there's, some red stuff that's kind of lurking in the wings. As a team member, I know that the blue project is almost done. We're getting there. We're almost ready. And I can see that visually. That means a lot to me. So I'm sitting across the room from the board, and I see in real time that the blue stickies are all migrating, and the green stuff is what's coming up, and I can start to get excited about that. But I can also get excited because I know that the blue project's almost done. I know that these red things have shown up and that I need to do something about them. But I can see the progress of the work. I can see where we've been putting a lot of attention and where I'm going to be putting attention in the future. Managers can see that, other teams can see that, customers can see that, and we all get a lot more information when the visual radiator has the patterns that we can actually match. So use your board to convey the most amount of information possible without actually approaching the board. Make those patterns apparent, and your management will become even more successful.